Another thing you're gonna want to do is label bolts. What I did was I put intake top bolts. Excuse my spelling, I can't spell. Throttle body bolts. Intake phantom bolts. This one's rubbing off, so I'm gonna put a piece of tape on the top and put that on there. But I put them all inside this one bag. Definitely keep all your bolts labeled and also together. Alright, so I put RTV Gasket Sealant all about on the back side of this with a new gasket right behind here. We cleaned off the whole entire oil pump, and now we're torquing down all this 10 millimeters to 104 inch-pounds. So it's all off to the side right now. You're not seeing nothing with crazy. That is true. Okay, I think you guys can see me. Alright, so I like to always start from the middle. I already did this one. I'm gonna go to this one. Over to this one. And put a little Loctite on these. They had Loctite on them before, so if they had it before, do it again. Obviously it was on there for a reason. Alright, all those are done. Go around again, double check, because as you tighten, some of them can come loose a little bit. When you're just checking, it's okay to go ahead and do a circle motion. But for torquing the first time, definitely make sure that you go at a cross pattern. I already did the water pump with the new seal. I put a little bit of high temp grease on the seal, the O-ring, and supposedly that's supposed to help it seat right and make it easy for when it needs to come off again. So now that you went ahead and did this, go ahead and take a paper towel and you're going to want to get this edge cleaned off, because this is going to have a new gasket at the bottom down here. Make sure you do the same thing over here. You want to just do a very thin layer of this. Alright. So now that we got the oil pump on, it's probably best that we go ahead and get the screen down here on with the O-ring to that. So we gotta find that guy. I'm telling you guys, that ultrasonic cleaner is one of the best things I ever did. This thing was all nasty before doing this, and look how clean that is. Like, it's like brand new. It was all this dark brown, really dark brown. So looks like it went on it this way. I can tell by the oil pan hold bolt. Probably should have went and clean these bolts up, honestly, with the ultrasonic cleaner, but it's a little too late now. So we're just gonna go ahead and get these on, and then we'll torque them down to 108 foot-pounds as well. I mean 108 inch-pounds. Sorry. It's in the book it calls for 104, but I like to go just a little bit over so that I know that I'm not gonna have any problems. Alright, let's go ahead and find that O-ring that goes to this. We'll put this on and torque all this down at the same time. Let's say it's either this one or this one. I think this one. Let's double check. Fitment. Yep, perfect. So with this, we're going to go ahead and remove these bolts that I left in there so that I remembered where they were. Not like the oil bolts, oil pump bolts that I was looking for all over. There we go. Sometimes even though we don't want to, we gotta remove a part that we had just put on. Double check on the torque spec, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 108 foot-pounds. Yep. Oil pump pickup screen mounting bolts, 104 inch-pounds. Oil pump housing mounting bolts, 104 inch-pounds. oil pan bolts, 104. Alright. So 104, I was correct. That is correct. So go ahead and get your oil screen first. Now we'll do, like I always do, center. That's pretty close. Alright, so again, check all your bolts one more time, double check. Whoopsie. Alright, last but not least, oil screen. Alright, so this is all put back together now. This is all put back together now. So we just got to get the front main seal, either for the counter crank. And then after that, I'm going to flip the engine all the way over so that there's no more oil coming down this, because you want a nice dry surface when you go to put this gasket sealant on this runoff right here of this oil. You're going to try to get that cleaned off the best you can. Get a nice dry surface, and then that's going to be key to your seal. So we are getting close. Then we'll put the oil pump housing on after that. Alright, so we're going to go with the front main seal. Still debating if I want to do the rear main seal because it's not leaking and it's not as easy to get to if there is a problem. So with your seal now, you're going to want to get something that goes on the outside or use your old seal to bang on. So, and then we're also going to want to put a little bit of grease right here on this lip as well. Alright, it's almost time for timing belt. Let's see how this goes. Let me make sure that I'm getting everything correct before I go and do the timing belt. Put this guy back on. I actually am debating if I really... Maybe I should clean this guy with the ultrasonic cleaner. I really do like that ultrasonic cleaner. It's like one of my favorite tools now. So here is our VTEC solenoid. Old gasket. New gasket. Wouldn't hurt to clean it up a little bit. Make sure you do not spray any brake cleaner on the gasket, the new one. It's not the greatest for them. All right. All right. So if you got a gasket that doesn't want to stay in, a little trick I learned was to put a little grease on it. Ball bearing grease, any type of grease, I believe. Just give it a little grease on it, and it makes it to where it comes off easier. And now look, it doesn't want to fall off. So make sure you push it on there. Alright, there's that. Yay! We're getting parts back on! Yay! I'm super happy about that. Okay. Timing belt. Oh yeah. Gotta get this guy back on. Alright. Oh wait. Loctite, thread lock. Okay. Nice and tension when this pulls back. Just want to make sure these lines stay where they're at when you pop this tensioner. If they do not stay where they are at, you're going to have to remove everything and try it again. Okay, 10 millimeters again, 108 foot-pounds. Sorry, 104. Alright. Alright, so we just pulled the pin. This timing mark looks dead on still. This timing mark looks dead on. And this timing mark looks dead on.